The Yakuza is one of the most feared organizations in the world. But what exactly is it? How did it come to be? And what kind of activities does it engage in? Well, you've arrived at the right place. In this video, I'm going to take you on a rare and exclusive tour of the Yakuza, the 400-year-old mafia of Japan. The Japanese mafia is well known for being one of the most murderous in the world. Speaking of which, everyone becomes curious about knowing them. This mafia group is always listed at the top of the list of the most dangerous criminal gangs. What are their roots? How they evolved? What is the background history of this group? Let's find answers to all these questions in this video. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Stay tuned because you're in for a hell of a ride. In this country, gang violence conceals behind a black curtain of riddles, which not only does not defend the individuality of each individual of the Japanese Yakuza, if they do not expose themselves with glory inside a flawless power structure. Would you like to engross yourself in the sordid details of Japan's most notorious mobsters? The Yakuza, nefarious gangsters with intricate tattoos and amputated tiny fingers, are well-known characters in Japanese films and graphic novels. But what is the actual fact behind the comic strip symbol? The Yakuza began with two distinct groups of loners during the Tokugawa shogunate, 1603 to 1868. The Tekiya was the first of these clutters, roaming purveyors who traveled from village to village, lowballing products at cultural events and marketplaces. Many Tekiya were classified as belonging to the Burakumin social status, a group of loners or non-humans that existed beneath Japan's four-tiered medieval society. The Tekiya started to prepare themselves into close-knit organizations, under the governance of superiors and main factions in the early 1700s. With the help of wanted criminals from the upper class, the Tekiya began to engage in classic criminal organizations actions such as turf battles and racketeering. In a heritage that persists to this day, Tekiya were often assigned stalls in affiliated carnivals in exchange for ransom money during Shinto festivals. Between 1735 and 1749, the shogun's government attempted to quell gang activity and minimize the number of hoaxes committed by Tekiya by assigning oyabun, or officially recognized supervisors. The oyabun was granted the right to use a surname and to hold a sword, an honor reserved solely for warriors. Oyabun directly means foster parent, referring to the bosses' roles as the chiefs of their Tekiya families. The Bakuto, or betters, were the second batch that led directly to the Yakuza. Gambling was specifically forbidden during the Tokugawa era and is still improper in Japan today. The Bakuto hit the major roads, duping potential victims with dice games or hanafuda card games. They frequently wore colorful tattoos all over their bodies, which inspired contemporary Yakuza to practice full-body tattooing. The Bakuto innately expanded from their main businesses as gamblers into money lending and other illicit behavior. Even now, Yakuza groups may recognize as Tekiya or Bakuto, relying on how they make the majority of their earnings. They also keep routines from previous groups that were used in traditional rituals. Modern Yakuza. Yakuza groups have regained notoriety since the end of the World War II. Following a period of decline during the war, in 2007, the Japanese report estimates that there were over 102,000 Yakuza folks working in Japan and overseas, divided into 2,500 different families. Regardless of the official finish of the unequal treatment against Burakumin in 1861, many gangbangers are heirs of that ostracized category more than 150 years later. Others are ethnic Koreans who faced significant bias in Japanese society as well. The trademark facets of Yakuza contemporary culture bear remnants of the gang's beginnings. Many Yakuza, for instance, have full-body tattoos done with conventional bamboo or steel needles rather than advanced tattooing guns. The biggest Yakuza cartels active today are the Kobe-based Yamaguchi-gumi, which contains roughly half of all energetic Yakuza in Japan, the Sumiyoshi-kai, which arose in Osaka and has approximately 20,000 members, and the Inagawa-kai, which has 15,000 members and is based in Tokyo and Yokohama. The mobsters are involved in illicit actions such as worldwide drug smuggling, people smuggling, and arms trafficking. They do, however, own substantial amounts of shares in large, valid companies and have some strong links to the Japanese business world, banking sector, and the real estate market. Even though the police in Japan are making significant attempts to curb Yakuza action, it's doubtful that the cartels will vanish wholly. After all, they've been around for over 300 years and are intertwined with many aspects of Japanese life and society. What do you think about this 400-year-old mafia? Tell us in the comments, and if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.